Good morning, friends, and welcome to Bucharest, Romania. Of course, you can't miss it. The Parliament Palace of Romania. This is the second largest building in the entire planet, just after the Pentagon. It is also the most expensive and heaviest building in the entire world. You might not expect this from Romania, but yes, at the time, Ceausescu has big projects and big plans for his country. Just look at what he built here. You might think you are in Pyongyang, North Korea, because yes, he traveled to North Korea and he was convinced that that's the future. So he started demolishing beautiful medieval, like Renaissance houses for these communist towers. But hey, that's another period of time, because today Romania is not a communist country. It's a free, independent, sovereign nation. I just love it here. The only problem is it is burning hot here in Bucharest, more than 35 C, more than 100 Fahrenheit. That is why I suggest we change the decor for something more, you know, California, Florida, because yes, they have that too here in Romania. Follow me, my friends. Welcome to Romania. No, I didn't expect this from Romania. To me, Romania was like, you know, those ugly, tall communist towers. Nobody showed me this in my Western media, that they have, you know, a beautiful beach, and looks like I haven't seen the best of them. So yeah, excellent experience in Romania. You gotta come check it out here. I should stop trying to convince you. You gotta make the trial yourself. I don't think you'll be disappointed. No, beautiful country.
Don't leave me here high and dry.
Beautiful open air free opera in the center of Constanta, beautiful coastal town here in Romania. For those who don't know Constanta, so it's like the I don't know, maybe the San, I wouldn't say Saint-Tropez, but maybe the Nice of Romania. It's like the biggest city here in the Black Sea. In fact, it's the oldest inhabited city of all of Romania. A lot of history, a lot of culture. It knew the Ottoman era. It also knew the Roman Empire before the Greeks, and the founder, I think they were Persian. So it's an ancient city. Today it's quite modern. A lot of economy happens here. It has a big port. So yeah, these are your vibes. There is a festival called Never See, and it's madness because everybody I met in Romania says you have to go to it. Sorry, looking at the number of people, I don't think I have the mood for this. And here is your communist inspiration right in front of the sea. This is huge. Alright, let's go have dinner in the old town of Constanta. Here are some warriors so you could feel safe. Not sure which era of time they are from. Yeah, I think they're from Macedonia. We all know Ibiza, Saint-Tropez, Positano, but little is known about the coastal towns of the Black Sea. In today's episode, I'm taking you with me to one of the jewels of the Black Sea. It's called Constanta, and it is in the beautiful country of Romania, right at the Black Sea. Constanta, founded by a Persian queen called Tomiris, that's why the name of Constanta was Tomis. She founded the city of Constanta after defeating another Persian king called Cyrus the Great. The city of Constanta was ruled by the Greeks, then by the Roman for 1,000 years, and then of course by the Ottoman Empire. And you will see the Ottoman remain in the city with the beautiful majestic mosque of King Carol I Mosque. That was, funny fact, erected by the order of King Carol I after the Ottoman Empire left the country of Romania. What you might not know about Constanta is that it is the oldest inhabited city in all of Romania, dating back to more than 3,000 years ago. And like many Romanian cities, the city of Constanta also knew its highs and lows. The Casino of Constanta is probably the best monument to witness that tumultuous past of the city of Constanta. Behind me is the Casino of Constanta. Its architecture is beautiful. It's a unique art nouveau, one piece of art in the entire planet. They even allowed this luxury. So what is this shape here? This is what they call the St. James shell. You could recognize it from the outside, and look at it, the sea is on here in the back. But what am I talking about? This is just a picture. Of course it's just a picture, because the reality of today of this casino is a little bit different. The construction of the casino started in 1905 and they finished it in 1910. It took them 5 years. The architect Daniel Renard, he was hated for this work that he was doing. Little did he know that a few years later this will become the pride of Romania and of any architectural passionate. This monument, this place was for the locals, not only for the locals, even international people who would come here. But all of that good time will soon come to an end. During the First World War, this casino was transformed into a hospital. It was even bombed and of course reconstructed, rebuilt After that, it got back its position, its status between the First and the Second World War. But again, that also will come to an end very soon, because after the Second World War, Romania ended the kingdom, so they forced the king to abdicate. It became a communist republic, and they stopped any gambling, because gambling was forbidden in the communist state, also in the Soviet Union. And here, what they did, they transformed this into the house of culture. The location of the casino of Constanța, you really can't beat it. So this is your Black Sea. They even managed to take it a little bit out of land to give it this unique position. And I can tell you, right now it's a little bit gloomy, but in good weather conditions, you get a beautiful light on the casino of Constanța. I have to say that the walkway here in Constanța is really beautiful, overlooking this inspiring Black Sea. There is a festival ongoing there called Never See. Welcome to the confessional octagon. They call it in this way because it has more than 7 different churches on top of King Carol I Mosque from the 1910. Is the original foundation of the city of Thomas, because that's how Constanta was named, after the Persian queen that founded the city. Welcome to the confessional octagon. That's how they call this area. The beautiful religious monuments that you see here is called Cathedral St. Peter and Paul, founded in the 1800s, and lucky we are today. There is even a wedding, so let's go check out happy faces and Romanian music. I love the wedding ambience, you know, everybody's happy. Next monument is King Carol I Mosque in Constanța. It is the only mosque in the world that carries a non-Muslim name, erected by Carol I King himself. You may think you are in Egypt, but no, you are in Constanta, Romania. Welcome to King Carol I Mosque, this neo-Egyptian architecture founded in the early 1900s by King Carol I himself. This was in a time where Romania was totally independent from the Ottoman Empire, just few years before the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. Alright, now we'll go check out inside, because apparently there is a beautiful Turkish rug that was brought. Actually, it was a gift from the last Sultan of the Ottoman Empire to another mosque near Serbia, but then they brought that rug here. It's a massive, almost like half ton rug. I'm just impatient to discover it. Alright, I do not need to pay. This that you see here is called Al-Mihrab. That's where the Imam, the person that leads the prayer, will stand on Friday, give a speech, and also if he has to give a speech on an exceptional other occasion, then he will do that. This massive rug is a gift from Sultan Abdul Hamid, who is the last Sultan of the Ottoman era. It weighs almost a half ton, and as you know, Turkey is known for the finest rugs in the entire planet. Well, say to yourself that this one comes from the Herek Center, which crafts the finest Turkish rugs. So this rug has a significant value for this mosque and for Romania. And the rug is never totally unfolded, because as you could see, it's massive. The mosque wouldn't even fit. I want to show you something. These are the names of God, the names of Allah. The Muslims say there are 100, if I'm not mistaken. These are some of them that are known. Like you see Allah here, Ar-Rahman, Rahim, Malik, Qudus, etc. Each one has a meaning. Like here it's the king. Ar-Rahman is like the forgiver. As-Salam, the peaceful, I would say. as you could see, they even have Moorish tiles. These remind me of Morocco. It's very common there, this kind of pattern that you see here. Alright, one thing I promised you, haven't shown you, is the minaret itself. It looks more like the neo-Moorish architecture, so more like kind of from North Africa, which, I don't know, I would disagree with it because it reminds me a lot of the Egyptian architecture. So if you're excited, let's go check out the view from the minaret. Let's do it. Oh, look at this. The passage is really narrow. Voila. Are you ready for the view? Wow. This building here, that was very lucky because they renovated it. The other one in front of it, I guess the renovations are ongoing, but just look at the architectural heritage. The other one, it's abandoned, it's written hotel, but I could see the windows are broken. You might be wondering why there is a mic on top of the minaret of this mosque, because in the Muslim countries the minaret have mics. That's how the muezzin, the person that calls for the prayer, that's how they call it, when he calls for the prayer, makes the adhan, that everybody in the city could hear him and that people could come to pray. Because as you remember what was written at the entrance of the door, this is a verses from the Quran. It says, Inna salata kanat ala al-mu'minin kitaban mawquta, which means, the meaning is, the prayer has been a timed obligation, in the sense that the Muslims have to pray. Not only that, they have to pray on time. So each prayer, there are 5 per day, each one should be done on time. Now you might ask me, hold on, you say that the mosque was built during Carol I King, which means 1910, so that's more than 4 decades after Romania has become, in fact it's more than 3 decades since Romania became independent from the Ottoman Empire, exactly in 1877. So Romania wasn't a Muslim country anymore. Then why they would still put a mic on top of the minaret that is normally used for the call of prayer? I do not have an answer to that, but one assumption that I want to make is, maybe at the time even Romania was independent from the Ottoman era, and since there is a strong Muslim community in this region of Romania, we are in the eastern part of Romania. Don't forget that this is the Black Sea and Turkey is just nearby, so a lot of people that used to live and still live today here are Muslims. Maybe even though Romania became independent from the Ottoman Empire, they kept calling for the prayer like in the Muslim fashion way, and that's why they built it with this mic here at the top. And there is one thing I want to say, it may seem a little bit stupid. Since this mosque was built in 1910, I'm not sure that during that year there mics like these existed, so maybe this is something they added after. But again, why they would add it if they can't really call for the prayer, that's a big question. But if you know the answer, please drop me a comment. I'm so interested to know your feedback. Before I leave the mosque, I should tell you that of course it's open to Muslims but also to non-Muslims, man and woman. Welcome to Ovidius Square in the heart of Constanta. This is one of the landmarks of the city. People from all over the city come here to hang around with their friends, have dinner, drink, and of course enjoy the local markets. Welcome to Ovidius Square, this beautiful place in the heart of the old town of Constanta, right in front of the Black Sea. This is where the Romanians of Constanta will hang around with their families, with their friends. During the evening there are musicians. The vibes are so artistic. How they wouldn't be when you look at these architectural gems, like this beautiful building in front of me that you could see. This is probably from the Art Nouveau era, and the other one, which should be from the Brankovenek Romanian architecture style. We are talking about the 1600s, so the 17th century. In front of me is the National History and Archaeology Museum. It contains all the archaeological treasures of Romania. Again, this is a country that is more than 3,000 years old. It is definitely worth the visit. This house is interesting. When you look at the facade, you might almost think that they did it like handmade. You see how uneven the facade is? It's crazy. I rented 20 minutes away from Constanța, South Constanța, like near the direction of Bulgarian borders. And this is like a family-owned kind of, you know, guest house. Here is my room. I'm at the last floor. Let me show you the beautiful view I have. It's in the middle of a village. Here's your Romanian inspiration. Let's check out the bathroom. Wow, beautiful tiles. Cold water, hot water. I like these tiles. What is this? Ooh, some secret door. Not sure. I see some naked electric cables. No, they are not naked, they are protected. Okay. This was the door that I shouldn't have opened at all. See, like in those horror movies. Guys, this is nice. This is nice for $40 per night. That's not bad. The view is beautiful. Alright, enough talking about history and culture of the city of Constanța. I'm gonna go take a shower, and after that we'll go to party in the Black Sea. We'll party in ex-communist country, see how cool they are. If you are excited, you will follow me, but before that, please take care of the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell, and please share my video and my YouTube channel with your friends and family if you like what you see. This has been said. Mulțumesc! And of course, in Romania they also have local markets. They call them piata. This is one of them, and it's massive. Let's check it out. The prices actually are so appealing compared to like local markets. Yeah, hello. He already told me. The prices are so interesting here. No. You can't. No supermarkets can beat this one. I found like tomato for €1 kilogram. I think it's expensive for the locals, but multiply that by 2 if you want to go to normal supermarket. This one is called Piata Grivite or something like this. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it well. And it's right near it's in the city center of Constanta, near not far from the port. Look at this. They also have like, you know, the silverwares, things like that. We used to have this like in Paris. I think they still have them, like bazaars. Here we go. If you need to store some food, your grocery, a bag, like, you know, essentials. Romanians are very practical. Here's your barbecue, €7. That's pricey. Here's another store. Probably this is my favorite for spices, olive oil, spices. There's some pickles. Ooh, and a bakery. Organic bakery. This is interesting. By the way, the Romanian bread and pastry, I'll definitely position them as one of the best in the planet. It's too easy to say they got inspired from the French, definitely is the case, but I think they have their own thing. Yeah, I just love it. Alright, enough temptation, let's go to the cafe. Tell me that this opens. No, it doesn't open. It's quite comfy. Beautiful, beautiful design. Record you. Where were you born?
The US.
That's why your English is good.
Yeah, but it's like pretty okay. Romanians try to speak
I think English, yeah. I think like 60% of people speak English quite well.
Yeah,
something like that.
old people not necessarily.
Yeah, I see. They didn't learn it at school.
I don't think so. I don't know, but.
So
yeah.
what brought you to Romania?
My parents.
They moved from the US to Romania?
No, they're Romanians, but they lived in the US.
And you were born in the US?
Yes.
And then you moved to Romania?
Yes.
Cool, that's cool.
Yeah.
You might know for sure the Lada, but the communists of Romania, they also had their own brand, and it was called Dacia. And to be honest, they had some really cool designs. Here is one, the Dacia 1300, and it's quite well preserved. Wow. It's so minimalistic. Not sure if you could see. I like it. Look at the symbol, like an eagle. Here is another marvel of architecture. Check this out, how pretty and beautiful it is with all the trees around. And here I am searching for more architectural gems here in Constanta, Romania. I used to say the Romanian architecture, as if there was only one Romanian architectural style. But this building that you see here proves me wrong. This one is from what we call La Belle Époque. So this is the 1800. You see a heavy influence of the French Ottoman architecture on this building. You see it's like 4 floors, which is in Paris is more 5 floors. The roofs, they look kind of similar. So of course this one is not the most symbolic about the Romanian architecture. It's definitely the Branco-Venesque, named after Constantin Brancovenu. So he lived in the 1600s, so the 17th century, and that is very dominant in Romania and probably the most symbolic architectural style about this country. I want to show you something else. You see this pedestrian street here? As you can see, there is a lot of work and they are kind of making it pedestrian, renovating it. This one, give it another year or two and it's gonna be a jewel in the city of Constanța, because just imagine all the shops that will be popping up here, the cafes, the bars, the restaurants. I'm not sure if it has been always pedestrian or if they are kind of making it pedestrian, but I could see a beautiful future for this street. There are also tons of history. Look at the other building there. I think it's also from La Belle Époque. This one was kind of renovated. There is of course some more communist style buildings, but yeah, it's a street full of history. Here is some other beautiful building in this future pedestrian street. Not sure if there are some ongoing work here, but yeah, it's so unique. The last time I saw such an architecture, it doesn't look like some people are living here, unfortunately. See all the dirt. You have a woman fashion store, you have fresh media for your web design, fashion shop for men, you have your pharmacy, and you have a gun store. Is this a gun store? I see minus 18. And I do apologize in advance because there will be a lot of interruptions because of the beauty of the architecture of Constanta. Like this restaurant here called Queen Elizabeth Restaurant. Seriously, look at the architecture. It looks like a castle in the city.